Hello everyone, I'm Neverdot. Welcome to my channel. This is Dinosaur Week for the comics, and I'm going to be covering Agent Pickle. Agent Pickle is our dinosaur choice for the cast member of this week's comic, and I was thinking this week I would do this amazing epic thing, I don't know, Imagination Land, spaceship things, or whatever with maybe the mushrooms, but then, you know, we haven't had the dinosaurs in a while, so I went with them. And then I think it was late at night that I got started on this, so opted out of the highly complicated background that I was hoping for and went with a disappointingly simple background that doesn't change from panel to panel. So I'm not delighted with this particular scene, but I don't know, whenever I get the interior of a ship, I still need to work on that. I still need, as an artist, there's areas where you have weaknesses, and you need to recognize that. You need to work on those things. And I have weaknesses in filling environments sometimes. I know there's artists that are really good at it, that can just clutter up a scene with all sorts of amazing, wonderful detail. I would love to be able to do that. So far, I'm not good at that, and I belabor some things and then leave a whole section empty. So, yeah, unfortunately, this thing suffers from that a fair bit, because we've just got an empty sort of cabin with a wall, meaningless window that probably doesn't make sense for the architecture of the ship, and so on and so forth. Pot lighting. I did add minor details that no one's going to notice, that's plot relevant, not to the comic, but to my overarching plot. But again, no one's going to notice that detail. So anyways, I was assuming that Mr. Pickle, being large as he is, would be blocking the background a fair bit. So no need to butter it up, clutter it up with stuff. But that's usually not a correct assumption. So I highly recommend filling your scenes with garbage. People looking at your picture should think, wow, my bedroom's a lot cleaner than this. Pretty good though. Now, I had to go back. I made, not mistakes in this, but when you're doing your comic, something that you maybe don't remember or think about when you're doing it at this stage, or really, I'm beyond the stage that I should have thought of this, but when the characters are talking in the scene, for comics, you're going to go kind of like top down for the speech bubbles. So you need to make room for where those are going to be. And I have not made correct room because the order in which I'm having these characters speak is opposite to what I'm drawing. So unfortunately, the two characters that are talking are the toaster thing, whatever this is, PC, I guess, on the right, and then Agent Pickle on the left. But toaster thing, whatever that is, the T9000, it talks first. So really, I should have it on the left side of the screen. And Agent Pickle should be on the right, because otherwise I got their speech bubbles crossing over. I don't want to make you guys have to do some visual maze work to get to the right speech bubbles. Ultimately what I did, and I don't think I'd seen this video, but I had to like just flip everything over. Like I actually kept the foreground / background separate in layers, so I could actually flip Agent Rex around. And I had to move the toaster across. I don't know if I flipped the toaster. I think I did. Yeah, but I had to rewrite the little labels on each thing, and I even had to, for consistency's sake, and you guys, some of you will appreciate this, I had to erase out Agent Pickle's eyes and redo the eye sparkle to be on the right side, the correct side, the left. It always comes in from the northwest, for me. So having it flipped looked weird, so I had to fix it, and I did fix it, and I'm happy about that. But yeah, another thing that I omitted was the fact that the joke doesn't really work well if there isn't someone overhearing what's being said. So I had to add Agent Rex in the back, and I don't know that the scale is correct. Agent Rex should maybe be bigger. I don't know. But no, then he wouldn't be able to fit through the door, so it's fine. I don't really know how the doors work in a dinosaur spaceship because everybody's scale is really messed up. So the doors probably aren't quite... Somebody get me a layout design engineer, and I will talk to them, and we will get our dinosaur layout. Maybe they bought this from somebody else that isn't a dinosaur and hasn't designed it for dinosaur needs. It's like, you look like you can kind of fit if you crouch down. That's not really that convenient. Ergonomics, guys, ergonomics. We're going with a robot font for the toaster. Hope that works. I was actually thinking of a different font for that, but I didn't feel like going through all 800 million fonts on my computer, so I stopped at the first computery looking one. I like the pixels. I like the pixels, but almost missed a spot there. And again, we're trying to struggle with the matching the background color of the bubbles with the background, like not matching it so you can actually see it. And that was my little Easter egg there at the end. So if you go online, you will see the final product of them being flipped, and it's a lot simpler. Yeah, so I don't really like that particular comic because Agent Pickle is just mostly like a snake head thing in that particular one, so not my best work. But I kind of liked the joke in that one, actually. It's rare that I laugh at these things, but I was just thinking, like, as a programmer, you can set your error levels to different levels, and you can set it to verbose. Well, what if there was a level beyond verbose that was just TMI? And then there are a lot of things that programmers do that you wouldn't want users to know. So that just struck me as particularly funny. So I don't know if you liked it, but I liked it, and that's all that matters because I need the self-esteem. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thank you again for supporting me on TikTok. We crossed 90,000 people on the account. Thank you so much. We are closing in on 100,000, and when we hit 100,000, then it's a higher number than before. I should probably do something there. I'll do like a party on here on YouTube. Maybe can I go live on TikTok? Maybe I should check that out. I keep seeing people banned from being live because they didn't have 1,000 followers, and I have more than 1,000, so I should try that, I guess. Would anybody show up? What would I talk about? And how would I keep up with the comments? It just seems like a terrible death spiral of endless comments that you can't actually keep up with. Maybe we're having a party in the future. So anyways, thank you guys so much for sticking with me, following me on all of the various things, and laughing at my terrible jokes. And also, thank you for not watching the tech talks that aren't the best. It does tell me which ones I should pursue as far as how good they are, and which ones are like, thank you, but And my deepest apologies, my deepest, generous, sincerest apologies for breaking everybody's heart this past week on that particular comic about the herbs and the grass blade. I did not expect such a strong reaction. Like it was like one of the more popular videos actually, so I'm getting mixed signals, but I don't want to make people upset. I personally sometimes get that vibe of wanting to be sad. I don't know why. Maybe I just like occasionally feeling strong emotions, and that for me was very sad. Just like everybody else that watched it felt very sad. But I shouldn't be sharing sadness on my TikTok. So sorry about that. I share in your pain. If you watched that video, I'm sorry. And yeah, I'm crying with you. Generously, genuinely. So thank you. Sorry about that. See you guys next time.